Hi, this is Mark from the ATV guys, and today we have a treat for you because I got a hold of the guy that heads the development of Can Am Offroad. His name is Jean-Jaques Rivet, but he likes to be called JJ because right now we got this thing right here in my shop, the latest and greatest from BRP, the Commander, and I have a love-hate relationship with this one because I owned two of the OBS Gen 1 Commanders over the years. And I wanted to pick his brain and ask him a few questions that might not be usually asked to this guy. So let's welcome him. JJ, thank you for being with us today.
Hi, Mark. Really excited to be here with you. We know that you're a big Commander enthusiast, so we're looking forward to your questions and answering all the questions that your readers and your people may have.
All right. I know we're a little bit stressed for time because you've got a lot of meetings when you're talking with the big bosses. That's what happens. These guys are busy. So let's jump right into the first question. The Commander was BRP's first UTV platform that was launched in late 2010. What was your vision? What was BRP's vision about creating the Commander platform?
So our Commander back in the days, it was the first side-by-side that we were launching. The idea was that since we were only able to launch one at that time, we positioned it really in the middle between utility and sport. And this is where we really created the recreational utility class, which now grew up to the third largest segment in North America. And the idea was really to combine a vehicle that is able to deliver great performance in the trail, but also give you the ability to do some work around the house, or if you have a company, to be able to do some work at the shop or around on your big piece of land. So that was a whole strategy back in the days, and we brought quite a few innovations on the product.
All right, and now 10 years later, we've got this bad boy sitting behind me. I didn't have a chance to try it yet. It just got here this morning, very early. Thanks again to Steven over at marketing to have gotten this thing here, and thanks to you guys for actually lending me one of these bad boys. Next question. These are questions that are popping up a little bit all over my social media groups and platforms. So I kind of took the most popular ones or the most demanded ones, and I'm going to shoot them over to you. Why was the Ace 900 Turbo, the 120 HP, why wasn't that engine used for that platform? Because in my view, it would have been a great fit.
It's a great question, and it was one that we answered that we took a decision to go with the Rotax 1000R that's in the vehicle today. When we had the discussions, what we did is we looked at the feedback that we were getting based on the usage that people are doing with this category of vehicle. So we do an annual benchmark where we survey customers. Some of your listeners probably answered that list of questions in the past. Based on that feedback, so what we learned is that people that ride a Commander or equivalent vehicle are going to do a lot of trail riding, but it's not necessarily very sporty, aggressive riding type. It's more like a relaxed recreational riding type, hunting, fishing, and some work with the vehicle. On the other side, we also looked at the ECU. We're able to see the type of usage, accelerations, top speeds, the average speeds that people are riding. And what we saw is that it's not the same riding type as you would have on an X3 Turbo 120 horsepower customer. So for cost purposes, because a turbo is more expensive, so for cost purposes, what we did is we decided to go with the 1000R, which is a 100 horsepower engine, delivers great torque, great power. But at the same time, we're able to keep the cost a little bit lower, knowing the type of usage that people are doing with it.
What has been done to reduce ambient noise in the cab, which is one of the most common complaints that we got, engine noise and heat inside the cab over the years, especially when I used to work at a BRP dealer. So what has been done on the second gen to take care of these issues, to address those issues?
So our Commander 2011 was our first side-by-side that we launched. So this is, and we're really proud, and this is the Can Am side-by-side heritage. So because this was the first vehicle, we got quite a few learnings from it. And you saw that we applied them on the Defender X3, Maverick Sport, Trail, and now Commander. And if we talk more specifically about the Commander, one thing that we did is back in the days, we had a central engine, and we moved that to the rear of the vehicle. There's some nice benefits that you get from that. One of those is the fact that you get less noise in the cockpit when you're riding it, and some of the improved benefits that we get on this new Commander. So the fact that the engine is now at the rear, you're getting less noise, as I said, going in the cockpit, but you also have less heat that's going in the cockpit. So we have some additional insulation that was installed on the firewall between the cockpit and the rear of the vehicle, which is only on the Commander because in the research we found that having a silent cockpit is something that's important for people when they're riding.
All right, great. So next question. We kind of figure out if you know your way around BRP's product. Like I had a Maverick Sport for 1 year and quite similar. So I'm going to ask the following question. What were the elements that is shared with the Maverick Sport Trail platform on the latest Commander?
So when developing a platform takes about 3 to 4 years, sometimes a little bit more. And when we developed the Maverick Trail and Sport, it was already in the plan that we'd share some common parts with the Commander because it's trail riding. And there are some common usages that are done for them. So one of the things is if someone's looking at buying a narrow vehicle, then the Trail is their perfect vehicle. When you look at the overall 3 platforms or the 3 vehicles, what we're seeing is that there's a common usage in some parts of maybe I'd say 2/3 of the vehicle, but then there's that 1/3 that really personalize the vehicle based on the usage. And for Commander, that was really going from the front end to the rear is really focusing on the utility side of it. Now, there's some nice benefits that you get from having some common parts. The fact is that we have more time to be able to do all the testing and validations on products. So because we know that reliability and having a vehicle that performs well is really important for customers. The other thing is that we're able to do more accessory integration because we're sharing common accessories between a few models. So when you're thinking about some features such as roofs or some link accessories or some accessories to integrate, they're going to be able to fit the 3 vehicles. But they are not identical. They each have really their own distinct features depending on the usage that they were designed for.
Right. Talking about distinct features, and I think the typical Commander customer will want to know this. What are the specifics that was developed strictly for the Commander platform?
So on this new Commander, we have a few specific features that we integrated to it. Well, the first one is if going from the front to the rear. So the design team did really an amazing job at giving it like a bold look. We know that people like badass looking vehicles, and the Commander is able to deliver on the design perspective for that. They also, what they did is, we know that, I mean, side-by-sides are expensive, and we know that people like to do some maintenance on their own, and that is normal. So what we've been doing platform over platform is making sure that there's some easy access points for any simple maintenance that needs to be done. Also, when you look at the front of the vehicle, that big grille can be easily removed to be able to clean or access the radiator as needed. Also, when we look at the distinct front end, what we did is we integrated on that XT that's behind you the same LED signature as what you have on the Defender. Because it's a recreational utility vehicle, we wanted to give that notion of having a common part between the Commander and the Defender, where on the Maverick Sport, you have the same signature as you'd have on the X3. Also, on the top of the hood, you're able to easy access maintenance there. So looking at the suspension of the Commander, what we did is you have the 64-inch wide suspension on the XT and the XTP. which gives you class-leading suspension travel in front and rear compared to the general from Polaris. And what was really important is that the suspension calibration team did an amazing job at making sure that you get a really comfortable ride. So this vehicle, you can push really hard if you want to do aggressive riding with it. But on the other side, it's going to give you more of a smooth ride when you compare it with a Maverick Sport. So you are able to do performance riding with it, but what you're feeling inside the cockpit is more oriented towards comfort. And that was the objective of it. Now, moving towards the rear, you get inside the cockpit, you get the desk key, the RF desk key, which is a feature specific to Commander, with the push start and stop button. So that's a nice premium feature that you get in all the packages. And you also get the eco and the sport modes just for riding that you're going to feel like doing that day. So a nice benefit from the eco mode is that you get throttle filtering on it, so that you get a less aggressive ride. So if you're driving in a very bumpy terrain, or if you have a passenger in your vehicle, you're probably going to want to use that eco mode. If you have a new beginner driver, you're probably going to want to use that eco mode, as you have less power in the calibration. So some nice benefits that you get from that. We have the premium half doors, so you get high lateral protection from those on both the driver and passenger. And then at the rear, you have the big cargo box, which is the industry's largest box. You're able to fit a 30-inch tire in there, and you have the full link integration that you can do. So at the top of the box, you have those link points, and at the bottom, it's very easy to put to install those link bases if you want to put link accessories. From a design perspective, also the box looks really nice and premium. You can remove the sides to access to some pocket storage. So if sometimes like an extra belt, tie downs, or stuff that is just at the bottom of your in the cockpit, or just in the box, you can put them there, so they'll have good protection, and at the same time you won't lose them. And when you look at the rear of the vehicle, you get a really nice looking box, nice and premium, with a tailgate that can withstand up to 250 pounds on it. So it's, again, that's a little bit of the Defender DNA that we brought to the vehicle.
I can actually sit on that tailgate without it breaking.
Well, we wouldn't want to get into that discussion, but yes, you can.
All right, well, that's great. And I know time is short, so we kind of got to let you go. I'll skip a little question that's not very important. And I got a question. There was a press release this week earlier, and it has to do with this question. What is Can Am's vision in the years coming about electrifying their especially their UTVs? Now, we had it's coming, but can you get a little bit into that, and what's BRP's vision into electricity and electric vehicles?
Well, it's a great question. We know, well, as you saw the memo this week, Jose announced that we have a very detailed plan to launch an EV strategy. Unfortunately, I can't share that with you today, although I would love to. What I can tell you is, in the role, we manage the 7-year lineup for the Can Am side-by-side portfolio. And there's a lot of product news that's planned for the upcoming years. We will be talking, I'm sure, quite a few times over the next couple of years. We understand that EV it's a growing trend. A lot of people have interest in it. There's some great benefits that come from it, and we're actively working on it. But unfortunately, we can't share anything with you today.
Do you see this guy's smile? He's like, his smile is tracked up right up to his ears. He's like, I know stuff, but I can't tell you. Darn. Listen, JJ, thanks for trying to give us a little bit heads up, but at least we know that something electric is coming at BRP, right?
Well, thanks. I can't answer your question, but as Jose said, by 2026, the plan is to have a EV product in each of the product lines. So I guess that means that we're probably going to have something coming in time.
All right. Well, I tried to squeeze one in on him, but it didn't
You did
work.
a good job.
I'd like to thank you, JJ, for taking some time. I know you're extremely busy, and you know, I see messages that I gotta let you go. So listen, thanks a lot, JJ. I appreciate it. I hope we get to talk again soon, and I'm gonna get that thing through its paces. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out as soon as it stops raining, because right now it's raining, cats and dogs. So not the right temperature to go try out this thing right now. So, well, thanks. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks to all your listeners and our Can Am customers that are very passionate about the product. So thanks a lot. And we're looking forward to getting your feedback on the new Commander. And I'm sure we're going to be talking over the next years on the new products that we're going to be introducing.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, JJ. Really, really appreciate it. Listen, we're going to try and do some more of these stuff with manufacturers in the coming videos, trying to get some feedback directly from the people behind these things, how they think and how they design stuff. Right now it's with BRP, and I'm very happy to have done it today. So if you like this type of video, please encourage me and just put your thumbs up like this. Press the thumbs up button, like button, and please subscribe to our YouTube, which is ATV Guys. Really, really appreciate every single sub. We try to answer questions in the comments, so please do. You can join us on Facebook, which is at ATV Guys Magazine. That's our page, and we got a huge group out there of ATV UTV enthusiasts, just like me. It's called the Canadian ATV UTV Nation. So I'm Mark from the ATV Guys, and we'll see you soon.